Hi, and welcome back to episode 19, Estate Planning and Generational Thinking. The theme of this episode is wealth extends beyond one lifetime. And if you have one statement to take away, it's this: planning protects people.
So we've measured net worth, we've talked about decades of compounding. Today we move one step further. What happens to everything you build after you're gone? We're organizing this into 3 parts. The first, basic estate planning tools. Second, what wealth transfer actually looks like. And third, how to think generationally, not just personally.
This isn't just for the wealthy. If you own anything, a home, retirement accounts, savings, a car, you have an estate. And without planning, the system decides for you. So today is about clarity, and we're back with our friend, Mr. Thompson. Because after decades of building, he's asking a different question now. He's not asking, how much do I have? But he's asking, what happens to it?
Mr. Thompson spent most of his life focused on earnings, saving, and investing. Working years, mortgage years, even retirement years. But recently, while reviewing his accounts, he noticed something. His house is paid off. His retirement accounts have grown. His investments are organized.
And for the first time, the question isn't accumulation, it's transference. And that shift changes everything.
Mr. Thompson spent decades surviving high-stakes financial markets. Today, at 70, he manages the inventory of a local hardware store with that same seasoned discipline. This chart tracks the decline of the March 2020 market crash. Navigating cycles like this taught him that a long-term strategy outlasts emotional reactions. The results of that discipline are measurable. In 1972, he bought a modest home for $30,000. Today, that property is valued at $650,000. Alongside the home, his retirement accounts are fully funded, and his current hardware business runs on strict logical inventory systems. For decades, his financial life revolved around a single objective question: how much wealth could he accumulate? Now that he is in his 70s, that objective has shifted. The working years and the mortgage years have officially concluded. A new question has taken its place. What happens to the assets he spent a lifetime building after he is gone? In a legal sense, ownership of any asset, a home, a savings account, or a retirement fund, means you have an estate. Mr. Thompson uses 3 specific tools to override the unpredictability of the court system. The first is the will, a foundational blueprint that legally directs exactly where physical assets, like a home, should be distributed. Second are beneficiary designations for retirement and insurance accounts. These names bypass the will entirely, carrying a unique legal authority over those specific funds. Because designations override the will, plans fail if owners forget to update names on old accounts. Finally, a trust controls the exact timing and structure of a payout, releasing funds gradually over years rather than as a single lump sum. The combination of these tools replaces legal ambiguity with a set of specific, documented instructions for the family.
So in summary, a will directs asset distribution. Beneficiaries often override the will. Trusts control timing and structure. Planning creates clarity.
So let's make this practical through Mr. Thompson. As you can recall, Mr. Thompson bought his home in 1972 for $30,000, and today it's worth $650,000. He also has retirement accounts, and he has other investments.
And if Mr. Thompson passes without a plan, many assets may move slowly through probate, which can involve court processes, legal delays, administrative costs. Planning doesn't eliminate grief, but it can remove unnecessary financial stress.
So with updated beneficiaries, a will, and clear instructions, assets can transfer far more efficiently. Beneficiaries receive clarity instead of confusion, and instructions instead of disputes, structure instead of guesswork.
So Andrew, did you know that music artist Prince died in 2016 without a will?
I didn't know that.
Despite an estate estimated in the hundreds of millions, there was no clear legal document directing distribution. So that led to years of court proceedings. Multiple individuals claimed to be heirs, administrators were appointed, and the estate remained tied up in legal processes for a long time.
Wow, that's not a wealth problem, that's a planning problem.
Estate planning isn't about predicting death, it's about protecting the people who remain.
Did you know that in the US, trillions of dollars are expected to transfer from older generations to younger generations over the coming decades? Some estimates call it the largest wealth transfer in history.
And whether that transfer builds stability or creates conflict, it often depends on planning.
So in summary, wealth will transfer whether planned or not. Probate can slow distribution, and structure speeds clarity. Planning reduces family stress.
So generational thinking shifts the question. Instead of asking, what do I want? It asks, what impact do I want beyond me?
And that's a great question. Mr. Thompson realized something important. The most valuable transfer isn't just assets, it's preparation, and it's communication, and it's values.
So generational planning often includes teaching financial literacy to children, communicating family values, preparing heirs for responsibility, because money without preparation can create pressure, but money with wisdom can create opportunity.
So let's make this practical. Do you have a will? Are your beneficiaries updated? If something happened unexpectedly, would your family know what to do?
Do your heirs understand your values? Have you had conversations about stewardship? Estate planning isn't about control, it's about care.
So today isn't about legal technicalities. It's about responsibility beyond yourself.
We talked about wills, beneficiaries, and basic trust structures.
We talked about how wealth actually transfers and why planning matters.
And we shifted from personal accumulation to generational impact.
You don't need extreme wealth to plan well. You need clarity.
Planning protects people.
Lenny, when did generational thinking become real to you?
Well, Andrew, I thought that, and I still do think that I'm a really young guy.
I think so.
Yeah, thank you. However, when my father passed away, that's when it really came into focus.
Yeah.
We started getting involved as a family as to looking at the trust. We started having to meet with the lawyers and recognizing the importance of being prepared.
Yeah.
And so that really is when it's really set in for me. Andrew, have you thought about estate planning and preparation?
Yeah, and I think it is part of life, and it's almost a circle of life deal of like, I remember when my dad turned 40, and now I'm 40, and about to celebrate another birthday. And then you see your parents the same age as you remember your grandparents. And so it is a circle of life thing. And so we have to face these uncomfortable realities sometimes, like you're talking about. But making sure, is there a plan in place? Mm-hmm. Is there a plan where everybody is fully functional and able to really operate in what they're supposed to operate in? I think is really important. So.